We are live. I am back from Hawaii. Yes! You guys, Hawaii was amazing. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be back here. Believe it or not, Chicago feels like Hawaii. So it wasn't too much of a transition. So I'm so happy to be here. And today, I am really excited because we are going to be talking about how to write more compelling copy and attract more qualified clients. This is a question that Jacqueline, one of the members here in the group, she sent us in the question. So I'm super excited. Hi, everyone joining. How are you? I'm super excited to answer that question. So yay, 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 yay. Okay. I wanted to say some things before I dive in. I can't remember what those things were now. I was literally just like in a roll before and I was like, oh, that's what I'm going to say. And then I forgot the things, but no worries. So you guys, I'm super excited because I kind of broke down these five things that you may be doing right now that is repelling the clients that you want to attract. And that's what I want to talk about today, because there's like three things that I'm going to give you. There's going to be like some mindset component, there's going to be the marketing component, and then there's going to be the sales component, because this is like the symptom that you may be experiencing, that you're not attracting well-qualified clients, maybe that you have a problem with copy, even if you're already creating content. So and make sure that this is in front of me. So I'm going to give you the 5 reasons why, the 5 maybe things that you're doing that are not working, and then how to fix it. And in case you are new to this group, hi, my name is Juliana Garcia, and I am a marketing strategist for entrepreneurs who want to clarify their message so that they can attract high value clients, those clients that pay you in full, that are a joy to work with, that you just love, and they want to do it with a sales process that feels really good, really in alignment. So that's what I help my clients do. My clients are like rocking it. I just want to brag for a second, because I know that if you're watching this, you probably want somebody who gets results. You're like, why should I listen to your tips? Well, one of my clients just broke his first $140,000 quarter. He had a $100,000 month and then $100,000 $40,000 quarter. One of my clients did enroll 18 people in her program in 2 weeks. 20 people in 2 weeks. She only had 2, and she's like, I need help. And then I gave her some tips, and then things just started working. And my clients are just getting like painful clients. My client Chris was just, enrolling more people in his one-on-one program. I mean, things are just like amazing. So in case you're like, why should I listen to you? I have some good things to say sometimes. Just kidding. All of the time. But listen. Let's start and let's dive into the things. So here's the thing. I know that you're probably showing up online consistently, and maybe you're thinking, why isn't my content working? So first, let's peel the layers and let's address the first problem. So I have a little cute thing here with the first problem. Do you see that, guys? I prepared that. So the first thing that is stopping you from attracting the clients that you want is that you're not actually giving yourself permission to serve your dream client. A lot of people struggle with this. You think that I cannot, you're having the thought, I don't know if I can attract, my real dream client, so I'm going to settle for whatever I think I can get. Whoever might pay me a couple of $1,000s or whatever. And that is a mindset problem. I know this really well because I've gone through this. My clients have gone through it. The client that just broke $140,000 in the quarter, he was not at that point when we first started working, and it was all because he was serving people that he wasn't actually in alignment with. It was people who he had been serving for a long time. He felt like an obligation. He was like, I feel like, when I help those people, they're struggling and like really, really want to serve them. They're in pain and I want to get their mission into the world. But really, deep inside, he did not really want to continue working with those clients. He wanted to work with higher level people with higher level problems, because those clients that he was serving at the time were not paying him on time. They were really a pain in the butt to work with because they were not showing up. They were finding excuses. They were not being ideal clients. But he thought, if I can even get this type of client to pay me $5,000 for my program, because he was selling something at $2,500 and that was a struggle for him. How can I get somebody to pay me $10,000? And by the way, he just enrolled like a couple of people just last week on his $10,000 program. So in other programs. But my point here is we had to do mindset first, right? So this is a whole mindset thing that a lot of people need to, and I had to go through that as well, right? Like, why would people want to work with me at this price point if they're struggling to pay at this price point? Why would they want to work with me at my $15,000 package, which is my one-on-one, for example? Like, why would they want to do that? And I had to shift my mindset into who is the person that I actually want to work with, not just somebody who I think I can attract, right? So are you giving yourself, think about this, are you giving yourself permission to serve the people that you really want to serve? I want to give you an exercise to do. So think about your most ideal client, the one that you felt like it was a breeze, it was amazing to work with them, they got results, all of it. And write down what are the character traits, what were the problems that they had, what made them who they were. And really sit with that. Get clear. What were they struggling with? Where were they at in their business, in their life, in their marriage, in their career, in their sexuality, in their personal growth, whatever applies to you. And then just compare it with, I love exercises. Hi, who said that? Let me just see, because I don't have visibility on on the names, because I'm like, I have this weird setup where it doesn't show me the names. So let me just look in my Facebook group here. Okay, so exercises, continuing while my Facebook group loads. Then on the second column, like do the first column, what my ideal client looks like, character, point in business, all of it. And then the second is the worst, least favorite client that you've had. And answer the same questions. What are the things that they were, that they were struggling with? At what point in their business or their development were they? All of those things. And then compare. And then decide, like, why the heck am I focusing on this other client that is not my ideal client? Why would it take for me to only focus my attention on my ideal client? And I think this, and I know that this is a problem that we have as human beings, thinking there aren't enough people like them. And that is mindset work for you to do. Now, I address this with my clients. I'm going to address this in my mastermind that is coming up in a couple of weeks, in 4 weeks. So if that's something that you want to work on, if you really want to shift from attracting people who are like on the struggle bus and then attract people who are amazing, then hit me up, because that's going to be exactly what we do in that mastermind. But if you want to do it alone, start thinking like, what is the mindset work that I need to start doing, and how can I feel worthy of being a good coach for that kind of client? Where am I not really fully stepping into my power and claiming and declaring my gifts, and not just in like a woo-woo way, but really showing up as a leader? Like, are you hiding? Are you like, I don't know if I can do this, so I'm never going to post, or I don't know if I'm like worthy of being on that podcast, whatever, limiting beliefs. Like, what are the thoughts that are creating your current results? Take a look at those, because that is, if you shift that, if you start understanding that, you're quickly going to feel more worthy. Like, you're going to feel like you're worth it. Your clients are actually worth it. Like that client that did the $100,000 quarter, $140,000 quarter, there was like this belief that he had. I'll just share an example. One of the beliefs that we uncovered was like, if I work with people who are more successful than me, why would they need me? They don't need me. They already have their lives figured out. Not true. Not true, because the people that he wanted to serve had the problem that he could solve, right? So that's just one example. Oh my gosh, my computer is going to die. One example of what to do when you have this problem. Okay. So let's go on. Let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you. And if you have any questions, I'm going to lower here the visibility. Okay, here we go. So let's see who's here. Monique, hi, Em. How are you? All right, so let's go with number 2. Let's talk about content. Your content, I see you guys, you're joining the challenge and you're doing the work. Yay. Awesome. You're posting, some of you, maybe not all of you. And that's okay if you're not, but well, you should probably get on with it if you want to get results. But once you start posting content, because the nature of the Expose Your Truth Challenge is very much like talking about what you are like your values, your mission, I'm noticing that a lot of people are doing this thing of writing self-centered content versus client-centric content. Oh my gosh, 10 minutes into this live. Holy moly. So self-centered content is something that your ideal clients and your dream clients do not give a fuck about, really. They don't care about your stories that are completely self-centered. So you want to find the stories that are related, that your ideal clients can relate to. And when you write your content, it's not really about you. And I know that a lot of coaches are like, tell your story, it's all about you. Yeah, live with your mission. Leading with your mission is important. Telling your story is important. But if you're not relating to your ideal clients, and if you're just like writing random stories about your dog and like blah, and like your pain, your suffering, you, that's not going to appeal to a dream client. Number one, because sometimes that can come up as like you're complaining about situations. If you are complaining, if your post is like empowered and it has elegant vulnerability and you're showing up sharing lessons, this is not for you. But if sometimes you're showing up and you're like, I feel, all these feelings and emotions, and I'm letting my emotions come out on the interspace and on my Facebook wall, that's not going to attract a dream client, because your dream client is going to think, oh my God, she needs some help, or he needs some help, right? The whole point of this is that our ideal clients can see us as an authority, as a trusted leader that they can come to and that they can feel safe with and supported. They want to feel like their money is going to be safe and that they're going to be able to get their money back or ROI back, whether it's in money or in like sexuality, relationships, whatever other thing you help, health, whatever you help people with. So it's important that you write content, yes, that is about maybe based on your own experiences, but that relates to your ideal clients. Your icon buttons doesn't seem to be working. I clicked to send you a live heart, but no one showed up. Oh, but nothing showed up. No. So sad. I feel like I saw some hearts coming up. Okay, we'll see. All right, next. Let me know if these all resonates with you. There's so much more, you guys, that I go into greater depth in this with my clients, but this is just something that I want to give you like surface level so that you can start implementing it and double check your content. Like, is this serving anyone else other than me, or am I just saying it because I just want to say something about me? Remember to do it on, like, focus on your clients. Okay. Number 3, you are unclear and vague on your marketing message. So how do you fix now? What does that mean? Clear and vague is like, you maybe are being inspirational. Maybe you're like sharing, like, I can help you be, feel free and empowered and all these things that are awesome. But that's not clear. People are not going to understand what that means. Like, I just declined someone who invited me to like a super high level, like, event for high level entrepreneurs, like to work on mindset and stuff, because I was like, I don't know what I'm getting. And I know this person, she has like super successful business. She's amazing and her programs are amazing and everything. But the whole she wasn't able to really sell me on what is it that I'm going to get out of feeling like, free and all of that. Like, I didn't quite understand. And I said no. And I wanted to go, but I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to get. It's unclear. So when your marketing message is unclear and is vague, and you're kind of just like, here are all these intangible things that you can get without grounding it in some tangible possibilities, people are going to feel like, what? So the way that you want to clarify your message, and this is just one of the strategies that I use, especially for people who sell like sexuality, like life coaching, things like that, is focusing on what does the freedom give your ideal client. So if your ideal client is going to feel free, what does that mean? What is a tangible thing? What is that going to look like in their day-to-day lives? And talk about that. Imagine what it would look like to blah. Imagine what life will be like if blah. If you had this specific thing, if you had the freedom to do this specific thing that I know that you really deeply want to do, be, or have a certain thing. Does that make sense? Let me know if this is making sense, you guys. Because this is so important. I mean, this is like really, really, really important stuff that people don't talk about. I'm like really giving you a lot of information here. And it's for you to like really sit with that and be like, okay, cool. If I'm promising like this, like woo-woo or intangible things, which we all sometimes do. It's like, sometimes I remember when I was not clear with my message, I was like, I don't know, I can't remember what I was saying, but it was just like a little bit unclear, even though marketing can be really tangible. Like, people don't really care about even like visibility. Maybe you care about visibility, but what you actually want is clients. What you actually want is results. You want to be able to like have a framework or have an idea of what to write about so that you can attract your ideal clients, right? If I'm sitting here talking about like, I don't know, I just don't talk about unnecessary stuff anymore. So I think I've blocked that out of my mind. But if you're talking about the things that are like more unclear and vague, people are going to be like, I don't know what you do. And so it's important that you kind of ground it in the specific things that you can deliver, or that they will experience after working with you or while working with you. All right. Number 4, thumb-stopping headlines. And this is something that, I've been wanting to talk about so much, but I have so much here, you guys, that I want to give you, but it's like, whoa, so many questions. So you guys doing the Expose Your Truth Challenge. Okay. Whether you do the Expose Your Truth Challenge or not, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, please write this down. Please. This is going to help you so much with your engagement. So like, write it down, please. Your first 3 to 5 lines of your posts are the most valuable real estate online that you may have ever on Facebook, especially when people are scrolling. People are not going to stop for a boring headline that doesn't create any curiosity or doesn't create any that doesn't intrigue them. If your headline doesn't intrigue people, you're not going to get any engagement. You just won't. And what happens is you're not going to attract your dream clients. They're going to miss your post because you're like using headlines that are boring. So what does a boring headline look like? When you start a story, don't start the story from the beginning of the story. Think about a movie. Movies don't start at the beginning of the story. Movies start in the middle of the plot. And within the first 15 minutes, they tell you what the movie, like what the plot is, what the character wants, who's the enemy, what the mission is, and then you're like, oh, what's going to happen next? And then you stay tuned for the remaining part of the movie, right? Same thing with your posts. You want to create in the headline something that's like opens up curiosity. Like, I've never done this before, or I never said this before, but I have to come clean. Or like you can go through all my headlines and you can see what I mean. I have an entire training on this inside my mastermind and for my clients. But what I can tell you here is it's important that you start your stories with like the most exciting part. Captivate people. So if like you're telling a story about if you help people with like, you know, high performance meditation, whatever, let's just say, and then you teach meditation tools. I would start a story that maybe you were driving in, like you're rushing to some kind of place and someone cut you off, right? Like, let's just say that this is the whole story. I'm going to give you the headline first. Someone cut you off and then you lost it. And then you were like, oh my God, I can't believe this person cut me off. And then you maybe pulled over to the side of the road and then you did your meditation, you got super zen, and then you really were able to like arrive to the place without feeling frazzled, to like your meeting, to the lunch with your husband, whatever it was, feeling really zen without feeling like a hot mess. And that's the benefit of being able to have access to meditation tools that can like really help you in your day-to-day. Let's just say that, right? So what you would start with in that headline is like, I lost it. I couldn't believe what just happened. Like, this person cut me off, blah, 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 blah. And I could, you know, and this is what I did. And then I reacted this way, but then I caught myself and I realized that this is what that I have the tools available to me to do X, Y, Z. And this is what I did. And this is the lesson. This is the lesson that I want to give you. And this is the result in the end of the story. Do you see the difference? Does this make sense? Because this is the stuff that it's going to really help you supercharge your headlines. Your headlines are the most important part, right? So don't write your headline. Don't sit in front of your computer writing headlines like blank piece of paper. Oh my gosh, what do I write? Type it all out. And then when you type the entire story, you will find the most emotional moment and then you move that to the top. It's as easy as that, right? That's one way of doing it. There's different ways if you're telling stories. So that's one thing that is really important, that you start with headlines that are going to be captivating for your ideal clients, that are like, wow, what happened, or what's this about, so that your posts actually get read. Okay? All right. And the last tip, my most favorite, okay? Well, not my most favorite, but one of my most favorite things here. Pre-qualification sales process. Is that right? I don't know if I tapped that right. But here, you guys, I want to make sure that, after you've taken care of your mindset, you've taken care of your marketing, you have a clear message, you have a clear offer, you're posting epic content, right? Like all the things that I help my clients with. Even if you're doing that, you may be losing well-qualified clients if you don't have a qualification process to make sure that your people are the right people to get on the phone with, or are the right people for your program. So it's so important that whether it's in your content or in your sales process, that you have a way to make sure that you filter some people out, because you don't want to get on the phone with people who are not ideal. Now, this doesn't apply to you if you're like, I want some clients right now. I have a different strategy for like fast client acquisition. There's no like pre-qualification per se, like where you tell them how much a program is or anything like that. But there is a way to attract clients quickly without having like a long drawn out like launch or a bunch of content, right? Now, I'm not talking about that. Right now, I'm talking about if you're doing all the things, you have a clear offer, marketing and everything, yet you don't have a clear sales process. So what you want is to have that in place, because here's the thing. A lot of the times we just get on the phone with people who are not ideal. That's okay if you do it once, like it's okay if it happens. Sometimes it's going to happen, but it's going to take a lot of your energy, a lot of your confidence. You're going to be pitching to the person that's not ideal, and then they're going to say no, and then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm not worthy. My program's not worth it. When in reality, that has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you at all. It's like the fix of the headline. You can have a good headline, and that can literally change the game for you. You can have a good, way of structuring your post and writing copy, and that just changes the game, but it doesn't change your worth. It doesn't change what you're good at, and the fact that you can deliver value to people. So not having the proper pre-qualification process in your sales process is going to hurt your confidence. And that happened to me a lot, until I created a pre-qualification process for myself. And you can do this in different ways. You can either, let people know how much your program is. You can let them know who is the perfect person for, the work with you that you do with people. I always tell people, like, I am really good. Like, my ideal clients, and I only work with clients who are really good at what they do. They've been doing this for a while, at least a couple of years in their business, and who, are confident that they can deliver results for people, but they're just not confident in their marketing, in their messaging, maybe their mindset. They don't think that they can attract the ideal clients that they want to attract. So they're confident in their skill set. They know they can transform people, but they're just like marketing, sales, and like it's just not their thing. And that is my ideal client. I don't work with like super fully newbies. I don't have like my one-on-one is not for them. So I tell them that, and I make sure that that I pre-qualify people before they get on the phone with me, and I make it really clear who my offers are for and who they are not for. Like right now, I'm just doing that right now. So you want to make sure that you do that in your content. You want to make sure that you do that in your sales process as well. All right. So those are the 5 things. I want to know which one spoke to you the most, because I want to like understand what are the things that you struggle with the most. Is it like your sales process or your marketing? Like if you're watching this, I would love to know, and let me know in the questions in the comments below. Like I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. And if you want to really master all these facets of your business, your mindset, your marketing, your sales process, your copywriting, your content, and make it flow so that you're not always like a slave to your desk and your computer and your visibility, and you're always wondering, what do I write about today? What offer should I launch? Like, you don't want any of that drama. You just want everything to be streamlined and feel really good so that you can work with people that you really love. send me a message, because I'm launching a mastermind in 4 weeks and it's only going to be for 10 people. And those 10 people are going to be pre-qualified. I want to make sure that they're the best fit for the group, but we're really going to go deep on all these areas, and it's going to be a 3-month experience. So I'm super excited, because this is literally the stuff that I give my one-on-one clients, but I literally cannot keep up with the demand for my one-on-one. So I am opening the doors for the mastermind in 4 weeks. I haven't really launched it officially, but I just wanted to let you know, if you're watching this and you're like, I need support with these things and I want to make sure that I get results, send me a message for this mastermind. I have like an early bird offer for people who join before I actually launch it. Like, I'm only sharing with you guys in the group right now, but then I'm gonna go out in my public page, in my like personal page, and share it with everyone. So I'm super excited for that, but I'm sharing with you internally here, just in the exclusive group, so that you get access first. So if you really want to work on marketing your messaging and your sales process, because you feel scattered and you feel like you're not really sure who you're serving fully, how to attract them, let me know. I'm here for you. Alrighty, my loves. That is all I have for you today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Mwah.